everyone, to Life Balance Power, a safe place to learn about yourself and explore. We're here with Archna Patel for Archna on the Spot, a mini podcast where Archna responds to her followers. Archna's coaching style is incredibly unique. Her special talent is to put herself in her client's shoes and examine their situation from their perspective and identify their next best step with regard to their skills, thoughts, emotions, experiences, limits, and their beliefs in mind. Because of this, Archna is able to continue to have her clients move towards success. Hey, Archna, how's it going today?
Hey, Charlie, it's great. Thank you.
Wonderful. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Let's see here. We have a question from Anita. Anita is 30 years old and she's a founder of a startup. And she turns down speaking opportunities due to her fear of public speaking, but this is limiting her company's exposure. Her question is, how can I conquer my fear of public speaking to effectively represent and grow my business?
So Anita already knows that she needs to speak. She already knows that she's afraid of speaking. So and she also knows that she needs to do it, which Anita, you're far along. You're not fumbling of what the problem is. So really good on you. It's just you need support to get through the fear. And I always find that if you remember the poem Footprints in the Sand, where the hardest times is where we need the most help, when we're afraid. And when somebody says, get over it, it doesn't work like that. If we could get over it on ourselves, we wouldn't be afraid. But that's not the truth. That's when we need to reach out to somebody else for help, for support, for encouragement. And that's where the other people in your community, whether it's a coach or a friend or somebody who's a speaker, find somebody that can support you and practice, because it's the uncomfortable part that's really challenging. I have a friend who's in Toastmasters. She just started, I want to say maybe a month ago, and she did a speech yesterday, and she wanted to be perfect. And she realized that she was getting all these great ribbons for just doing the speech, and she felt like, I don't really deserve it. And my advice to her, or my thought is, you're really not going there for anybody else or for the ribbons or for the deservability. You're really learning to practice being kind to yourself as you practice something new in front of other people. This is the practice of life. How do we learn new things without attacking or criticizing ourselves? The biggest critic in ourselves is ourselves. It's not even out there. And when you start handling the critic inside of you and you start taming it and you become your own friend, then trying something new becomes more fun. It's exciting. You become the child again that you used to be, where you're just exploring life. And that's all this is yes, exploration with a little bit more excitement. And so you just got to tame the critic down. And that's where you need other people's support to help you tame that critic down. The inner critic is our worst critic, really. It's not really outside. But once we do that, it does work. So I advise you to get support and really be more kind to yourself.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for that, Archna. I understand. We were in Toastmasters, so
Right.
that public speaking is a challenge. It is.
Right.
But I just thank Anita for sending in that question. Thank you, everyone, for sending in your questions. We hope that this was meaningful for you. We all learn from each other, so we encourage you to keep sending in your questions. It's important for you, and it's important for everyone else. Feel free to send your questions to askarchna@lifebalancepower.com. And thank you for tuning in to Archna on the Spot.